All right, let's dive straight in. Today, we're putting a microscope to what is arguably the internet's absolute favorite side hustle, dropshipping. In this explainer, we're going to see what actually happens when you pull all that theory off the whiteboard and put it to the test in a totally realistic 7-day student challenge.
But right off the bat, we've got to address the elephant in the room. Is dropshipping actually a guaranteed get-rich-quick scheme? Because look, we've all seen the internet gurus, right? The ones making massive promises, flashing luxury cars, acting like it's literal child's play. Well, today we're cutting through all that noise. We're going to figure out if this is truly easy money or if there's a much more grounded, practical reality we need to uncover.
So here's our game plan. 1. The dropshipping myth. 2. How it actually works. 3. Finding products and suppliers. 4. Building your store. 5. The 7-day challenge. And 6. Real lessons and tips.
Starting off with part 1, the dropshipping myth. We totally get why this is so appealing if you're a student on a tight budget, but it is definitely time to bust some major myths.
Look, on one hand, the advantages are absolutely undeniable. You've got super low startup costs, literally zero inventory, and total flexibility to work from anywhere. It sounds like the dream setup for a student, right? But the flip side is a pretty harsh reality check. You're going up against fierce competition, razor-thin profit margins, shipping delays, supplier mistakes, and trust me, the inevitable customer complaints. Oh, and don't forget the advertising costs. It is definitely not a magical shortcut to instant wealth.
So with our expectations firmly in check, let's move to part 2, how it actually works. Let's break down the actual gears turning behind the scenes.
All right, let's walk through this step by step. First, a customer visits your online store and buys something. Second, they pay you directly. Third, and this is where the magic happens, you, the store owner, take that order and forward it along with the wholesale cost to your supplier. Fourth, your supplier packs and ships the product directly to your customer. You literally never even touch the box. And finally, step 5, you keep the profit. You're essentially just the digital middleman, connecting a cool product to a willing buyer.
But to make that middleman setup actually work, we hit part 3, finding products and suppliers. You're going to need the right products in profitable niches, like home gadgets or pet accessories, and the right partners to ship them.
So what actually makes a product sell? Usually, a winning item solves a really specific problem, or it creates an instant wow factor that makes someone stop scrolling. It has to be easy to ship, boast a high perceived value, cost you very little, and ride a wave of trending demand. People usually spend hours hunting for these winners using TikTok, Instagram Reels, Amazon bestsellers, AliExpress, or Temu just to see what's popping off right now. But here's the thing, a great product is completely worthless without a great supplier. Whether you're looking at AliExpress, CJ Dropshipping, ZenDrop, or AutoDS, their shipping times, product quality, and communication will 100% dictate your store's reputation. If you skip vetting the reviews and refund policies right at the start, you are basically setting yourself up for a massive customer service nightmare down the road.
Once you've got your product and supplier locked in, it's time for part 4, building your store. This is where you graduate from researcher to actual business owner. Building a legit store means grabbing a domain, designing a clean site, and adding those crucial trust signals like refund policies. But before you even think about hitting launch, let's talk math. Say you sell an item for $30. Your supplier charges you $10 for the product plus $5 for shipping. Total cost, $15. That leaves you with a $15 profit margin on every single sale. This right here shows exactly why nailing your pricing strategy is absolute make or break.
Now, you've got your store and your pricing, but how do people actually find you? Marketing. You've got organic methods, which means grinding out content on TikTok, Instagram, Pinterest, or using SEO. It takes serious time, but hey, it's totally free. Then there's paid. Your Facebook, TikTok, and Google Ads. And here is a massive takeaway from our source material. If you're a beginner, focus heavily on organic marketing first. Do not just throw money blindly at paid ads. It is remarkably easy to completely torch a student budget in a matter of days if you don't know what you're doing.
Which brings us to the climax of this explainer, part 5, the 7-day challenge. Let's take all this textbook theory and cram it into a realistic, day-by-day student sprint.
Here's how the week plays out. Day 1 is all about research, hunting down those profitable niches. Day 2, you're building the store. By day 3, you're uploading products and writing killer descriptions. Day 4 is for creating your social media content, so that by day 5, you're actively driving organic traffic to your site. Day 6 is data analysis time. And finally, day 7 is the reality check, looking at honest results, highlighting mistakes, and pulling out the lessons.
It is a total sprint, but it forces you to actually execute on every single step of the business model.
So, what's the ultimate verdict on day 7? The source material lays down this incredible guiding principle. Share honest results, lessons learned, mistakes, and future plans. Do not claim unrealistic profits. This is so incredibly important. Listen, even if you make 0 sales in those first 7 days, you haven't failed, as long as you analyze the data, figure out what went wrong, improve your store, and stay away from faking your success. The real value is in the execution and the learning process.
And that perfectly tees up our final segment, Part 6, Real Lessons and Tips. Let's wrap up everything we've learned so you know exactly which landmines to avoid.
Let's rapid fire some of the biggest beginner traps. Picking random products instead of actually solving a problem. Guaranteed flop. Sloppy product pages or just lazily copy-pasting from competitors? Bye-bye trust. Unrealistic expectations will absolutely crush your motivation. And I really want to emphasize this one, ignoring customer support. If you ghost your customers on emails, refunds, or tracking, you will destroy any trust you built. Throw in overspending on ads and giving up too early, and you've got the exact recipe for why most beginners tap out.
So, I'm going to leave you with this final thought. We've seen today that dropshipping takes deep research, relentless consistency, and a massive amount of patience. It is not a magic trick. So the question you've got to ask yourself is this: are you ready to put in the work to build a real, continuous online business, or are you just looking for a lottery ticket? Because treating it like a real business is the only actual path to success. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep learning.